All right, welcome back to ARC Salt Lake. Time right now is just before 8:30. Tax prep isn't always easy, but you don't have to turn to a chatbot for help.
It is tax season. We have Ron with our financial expert, Jenny Grobert, helping us deal with AI and tax season. Ron?
Yeah, Jenny is the CEO and founder of BookSmart's Accounting and Booking. And Jenny, today we are talking about using AI when you file your taxes. I've already got mine out of the way. AI wasn't involved, but there are some things that it's good for and maybe not so good for. So let's talk about, I guess, the reasons you should or could use AI.
Okay, so for AI, it's really helpful for simplicity's sake to help you organize yourself for taxes. You can tell AI, I have a business, my husband has a W-2, we have 4 dependents, help me get ready for taxes. What are documents that I need? And it can help you go through step by step and compile everything so you're ready for taxes.
So kind of an organizer.
Yeah, it can be a really good organizer. It can also help clarify issues. Maybe you're looking to buy a home and you don't know how to compare interest rates, and you can say, I have these 2 home prices, here's the interest rate, what is the cost that I'm looking at? Or if I were to refi, what would that mean? So from an organizational standpoint, the tax planning, the simplicity, AI has its place. However, AI, I just mentioned, is only trained, ChatGPT is only trained through textbooks and all the information out there until June of 2024. And Sonnet and Claude are only trained through August of 2025.
So tax laws change between now and then.
Tax laws have changed significantly, especially the One Big Beautiful Bill.
Right.
And I see that people have no clue what they're doing. And so I would not rely on chat to do your taxes.
Okay. And again, organizational is probably the best thing for AI instead of just rounding up all of your receipts and throw them to your tax preparer.
If somebody were to come to me for taxes, I would so much rather that they have things organized than a box of receipts. However, do not scan W-2s, 1099s, and throw them into chat. Because then chat has your social, your kids' socials, your addresses. There is more financial...
That opens up the door for more problems.
You don't know what the cybersecurity looks like, if they're going to use that information to train more bots. So it's kind of scary. So you just need to make sure that what you are uploading, those personal identifiers are not in there, and just have it give you a rough outline.
Yeah, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some of the reasons you should not use AI. We've already kind of touched on that a little bit. So,
yeah,
what would be the number reason not to?
So do not use chat or these generative AIs to file your taxes. And the reason is because taxes are very personal. And situations can't be templated. And so everybody has a different situation. Another reason is, we have the One Big Beautiful Bill, and a lot of people don't understand what that means. So Trump says you can go buy a new car and deduct it. Well, that's not the case. You can only deduct the interest. It's only if it's a personal purchase, not if it's a business, and it has to be assembled in the US. So there's a lot of nuances. Also, no tax on tips and overtime. If you're using AI to file your taxes, I could see a lot of people saying, oh, my tax and tips don't matter. I don't need to add that in because it's free. I don't need to count it as income. That's not actually the case. On no tax on tips, that's only up to $25,000, and that is that's on per return. So if you and your partner both are getting tipped income, that's combined. It's not per person. And it's not FICA. So Medicare, Social Security, you're still paying your FICA, but you don't have that income tax. On overtime, people don't realize it's only the additional half-time. So let's say you get paid $20 an hour. The additional half-time would raise you to $30. That is the portion, that additional $10 is what you're not getting charged federal taxes on. However, you're paying FICA on the whole thing. So I think people don't understand that there's a lot of nuances. And so use a tax professional, because if you do this wrong, let's say you have a deduction for $1,500 and you do it incorrectly, your penalty's 20%. So you're looking at a $300 penalty
Wow, yeah.
just on that one deduction.
And that's great to know. When we went to get our taxes done, our tax person went over some of the things with the big, beautiful bill and a few of the things that you just brought up.
Yeah.
And that's important. You need to know that.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people look at entertainment and they have it on their business financials. I see it all the time. However, you can't deduct that. And if you were to instead maybe sponsor a sports team and then get free tickets, you could count it as a marketing expense. There's ways that you can maybe do things differently so that you can still capture deductions, but if you don't have a trained professional helping you, you're going to pay way more.
Yeah, and AI isn't going to get stuck with any payments that you have to make.
Exactly.
That's you.
That's on you. You're paying the interest, you're paying the penalties, your neck is on the line. It was interesting. I read this article from Michael Cohen in Accounting Today, and I've done work with Michael, but this article is so funny. He said that people would actually rather lose all discretionary income for a month than have to file their taxes. And they would rather go to the DMV or redo their driving test than file taxes. People are scared because they only do it once a year.
Well, it's so complicated too.
Yeah.
And you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, so get organized, use AI in that regard, and then hire a professional to get it done. It will be way cheaper in the long run, and you'll capture a lot more deductions. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That's
Thank you.
very helpful.
Yeah, you bet.
I'm glad mine are done. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you can call us at Booksmarts Accounting, and we can help with personal and business returns.
Okay, and a little reminder too that you can watch Arc Salt Lake anytime on your phone, tablet, or TV, and we'll also have this segment for you if you want to review some of the things that you were talking about. So,
Thanks, Ron.
And Ron, let Jenny know that there's a line of employees right outside the door waiting to ask her questions.
yeah, Jenny, they say there's a line of our employees here waiting to come in to ask you
Oh.
tax questions. Okay?
Okay.
With their
do my
papers and
best.
stack.
Well, Jenny,
Okay.
thank you very much. We
you.
appreciate your insight.
Thanks.